Part 3. So these are my picks, and I have really good songs to introduce to you. I feel that most of these artists are quite popular. You might have heard of them at least before. Maybe not. Not.
I think 2 you will have heard of. 2 you will not have.
Yeah. So the first song I want to talk about is actually a collaboration project featuring Yoon Jong Shin and Tablo with The First.
Hi Rosanna, where are you? 잊지 말아줘, 넌 내 첫 번째라는 걸 영원토록. The first time you are. 깨지 말아줘, 마지막 모습 죽였어. 그렇게 남아줘. 처음이란 낙인처럼 기억주름 사이를 닫아가도 흰 옷에 번진 코피처럼 혈관을 평생토록 타고 흐르다 어느 날 문득 솟구처럼 처음이라서 모든 게 겁이 났어 그땐 그 겁이 설렘인 걸 몰랐어 심장이 뛰는데 발빠른 내 걱정이 앞서 막다른 맘에 벽을 놨어 너무 많은 걸 겁내다가 놓쳤지 사랑이 화를 쥔 건데 화살만 보였지 젖지 말아줘
Now, Tablo is obviously from,
Epic
YG. Yeah, Epic High. He's from YG. And Yoon Jong Shin is the, I think, CEO of
founder.
Or founder, however you want to say, of Mystic 89, I think is the...
Yeah, Mystic 8 Entertainment. I don't know.
Yeah, Mystic Entertainment. If you see a picture of him, if you're watching the video version, you might recognize him. But he has a very, very old Korean kind of singing sound, right? Tablo has a very specific rapping style.
Yep.
So when I heard that they were doing this collaboration, I was like, how's this going to work?
Yeah.
But, man, does it work.
But good Glaven.
Good Glaven, does it work?
Fucking works.
It works so well. And it works in a way that's not like, okay, you do your portion, and then I'm going to do my portion, and then we're just going to stack them up next to each other. No, they are very much intertwined in their styles.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not like, oh, you did your part, and we mashed them together.
Yeah.
It's like they came together
In such a strange
and
but
they had a baby.
wonderful way.
It's like, it's like mixed, right?
Yeah.
They had their baby, and that baby was this song.
Yeah, even if you wouldn't like this song, you need to check it out just because it's
very interesting.
Genre-wise, I don't even know how to classify it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
No idea.
Like, there's so many kind of different styles in there, and they kind of draw from different influences that you're just like, wow, this is definitely a meal of a song, right?
Yeah.
It's a full course meal.
There's some jazz, right?
There's some jazz, there's some funk, there's rap, hip-hop, there's some experimental in there.
Old-timey Korean
there's
sound.
And there's some old-timey Korean sound, which, as I've mentioned at the top of the show, that we like all of these songs because they're very different, right?
Sure.
And they all kind of have their own stink on it. This song is Bumkey's song. This song is Crush's song. It's very distinctive. Mamamoo, this is Mamamoo's song. This is very Tablo, and this is very Yoon Jong Shin, but in a way that is like a perfect marriage of the both. And also a lot of just fucking other things.
A lot of other things.
Yeah.
Like, it's so distinctive, but like, there's like, I feel like even if they made another song together, which they won't, probably,
it would sound totally
different. Yeah, it wouldn't be like this, right? Like,
Yeah.
if Bumkey made another song, chances are it's going to sound close to that Bumkey song, right?
Yeah.
Or same with Mamamoo, right?
Yeah.
But like, this is like such a random pairing, and yet they made this magnificent baby that like you I don't know.
Yeah, like
I'm mad that I didn't get this in the rock paper scissors battle, but whatever.
So like this song, was almost going to be my pick of the week, just solely based on its just
Uniqueness.
it's so interesting.
yeah.
I don't know else how to describe it. It's just so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love Zeke or any of the songs we mentioned
Yeah.
in the first half, this is definitely the most interesting song by far.
Yeah. Like
It may not be the best song,
yeah.
but it is definitely the most
Yeah.
interesting.
If somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, K-pop is all the same. Korean music is all the same. It's all K-pop. There's nothing interesting about it. You know, they're all singing about love. They're all singing about just, you know, their heart fluttering or whatever."
Yeah.
I'll show them this song.
Yeah.
And I'll say like, "Have you heard anything?
Have you heard
like this
anything
before?"
like this? Yeah.
Right. Even I'm not even talking about Korean music standards. I'm talking about
Just music.
just music in general. This song is so just interesting. It's just it's got something that is so special that I just can't put my finger on.
And I think the music video like matches the song. Not match like when I hear this type of song, I think
Yeah,
this,
it's not like Zico's
Yeah.
matching, right?
Yeah.
Not that kind of matching.
it's like the music video is kind of artsy, a little artsy fartsy,
A
right?
little bit avant-garde, yeah.
But the music is a little artsy fartsy, right?
Yeah.
It's a little like strange, and it's not just normal pop, right? It's not just
Yeah.
normal hip hop, right? It for some reason I think the music video it's just a guy who's kind of painting an artist. I think he's a relatively famous artist. Actually, I don't know. I'm not cool like that. But like it's just him painting.
Kind of like a mural.
Yeah, like
Really,
big
really
ass.
large painting, yeah.
Yeah, and like there are shots of Tablo, there's shots of Yoon Jong Shin,
Yeah.
and with lots of face effects and like
Yeah.
projector effects.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like an art project, like a
Yeah.
art project, a student art project.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is definitely like I remember when Lim Kim's Awu came out,
Yeah.
which you really like.
I did.
I didn't like it as much as you, but like I remember because I surf Reddit a lot, and there's a subreddit called "Listen to This,"
Yeah.
and usually they post like it's usually
Really?
American songs
Yeah.
or English songs
Yeah.
of just like indie songs, like hey, you should check this out, right? You should
Yeah.
listen to this. And like one day somebody posted Lim Kim's Awu on it, and it got really big
Yeah.
because whenever people think K-pop, they think Girl Generation, Big Bang,
Yeah.
they think that. And then when the Lim Kim thing came out, people were like, oh shit, like Korean
What is
people
this?
actually make other
Yeah.
types of music, right? Like part of me wants to put this song up on that subreddit because it's
Yeah.
like you think K-pop is all Gangnam Style and
Yeah.
whatever, but like you should check this
Like,
out.
yo, this. Like, so even though Steven and I had like our favorite songs of the week, if I had to recommend someone a song from this week that they need to check out, this is the song.
Only one song.
This is the song. Mamamoo, great, but it's very Mamamoo. Zico's great, Zico. But this song,
No, I mean I'm
beast.
not trying to provoke the callback, okay?
Okay.
But I think of all the songs,
Yeah.
this one is the most devil's advocate song. Like I think I could show that Mamamoo song to most people and they would appreciate it. I think this one is definitely a song where I think some people after like 10 seconds they'll be
like,
like,
the
no,
fuck is this?
no, pass, right?
Yeah.
And like even when I first started listening to it, like I was a little like,
What is it?
yeah, what is this? It wasn't until maybe like 20 or 30 seconds in when like there's like a brassy part, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like, kind of like trumpets.
Yeah, the trumpets come in and I'm like, ooh, right?
Yeah.
So I really do think,
Yeah.
even though this is the first one I recommend, it might also be the first one to be like, strange.
Yeah, even if the first few seconds aren't your cup of tea, I really suggest you listen to the song throughout at least once.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
So the next song that I want to talk about is a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more poppy. Definitely not the first. It's Stellar with Sting.
1, 2, 3.
잠깐만요 그 입술 뻐끔뻐끔 뭐 하니 너 손끝도 어쩌지 못해 뭔가 있는데 은근슬금 모든 게 다 불청한 네 질문들 내게 싸구려거지만 우물쭈물 네 표정 어정쩡한 그 미소들 모른 척하는 아닌 척하는 Judas kiss or what? 입만 열면 자꾸 딴소리.
Now Stellar is back. Stellar is kind of known, a little bit notoriously, for their scantily clad kind of concepts.
Sexy time.
Yeah, and they're more kind of sultry, poppy, kind of like sexy, like, hey, check me out, kind of
Yeah.
K-pop music.
Yeah, usually they don't do like pure pop, AOA sounding songs, right? They usually have like a slower, kind of more seductive-y style of song.
That's how I would describe it. More of a seductive kind of K-pop. Yeah. And this is very unusual if you are expecting that, because this song is like straight kind of, I would say, retro pop. Yeah. It's got a certain style to it that may not resonate well with a lot of people, especially if you're expecting to hear kind of more seductive Stellar. But the more I listen to the song, the more I like it.
From what I've heard of Stellar fans, and again, that when I say that, I mean on the Reddits, people fucking love this song. I like this song.
Yeah.
I'm not
in love
with this song.
Yeah.
Like, I think
I'm not gonna buy a house for this song.
I'm not gonna marry this song, right? I'm not having no babies with this song, right? I might like go on a couple of dates with this song, right? And then after a while, I'll be like, we're not working out. Maybe, right?
It's not for me.
Right. Like Mamamoo, I'm gonna have babies with that song. Okay? Then I'm gonna divorce her, and marry Bumkey and make babies with him. Okay?
I think you would go Bumkey first and then marry Mamamoo, but after that, I mean, that's just me.
I mean, in the fictitious world, I'm just banging everybody, right? But I don't know. I think I like this song more the second and third or the fourth time I heard it.
Yeah.
I still don't think this song is as good as Marionette.
No. Yeah. I would have to agree.
I really like
so
Marionette.
catchy.
Now these are totally different styles of songs. And I don't think they do a bad job of this type of style, right? They still put their kind of seductive stank on it.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like,
in the grand scheme of
things. I mean, I actually think this video is still very
seductive in a way.
Oh, what's the right word? Seductive is fine. The Marionette video was just breast shots, milk on your thing, right? Like
very blatant.
It was very blatant, and I think because they hired a legit director, right? It's a Digipedi video, right? Like they hired a legit director with legit aspirations to make a good video, like. They did effectively the same kind of thing, right? It's just shots of them like seductively laying around or seductively grabbing things or slapping their thighs, right? But it's all wrapped up into a theme with bright colors and bright things. It's like I don't think the theme of this video is that different than their past videos.
Yeah.
I think they just hired a proper director with a proper vision and proper image to release it.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. I'm going to try to say it in my own words. It might make sense, it might not. But Marionette was very blatantly seductive.
It's cheesy kind of.
It was very
gross.
it was very in your face sexy. And this is they've kind of professionalized it up a little bit more, kind of hid it under a veil a little bit, but for me it's just as blatant.
Yeah.
Because their intention is to be seductive, but they're kind of being kind of more coy about it, right? They're kind of saying like, "Oh, we're not so seductive." It's essentially like, okay, I'm not seeing the straight nipples, right, of somebody, or I'm not seeing someone's genitals straight up, but I'm seeing the top of their pubes, or what I'm saying, kind of like a side boob. It's the same goal, it's the same intention, but through just the different.
It's just done better.
Yeah.
It's done the proper way. Like,
If
I'm
there is
not.
a proper way, quote unquote. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, all girl groups are selling, not all of them,
Yeah.
but 90% of them are
essentially
selling
sex.
this thing,
Yeah.
right? The same thing. It's just how you package it, right?
Mm.
And either you package it really cheesy and kind of in your face,
Yeah.
like the Stellar videos
Sometimes you
were.
package it cute. Sometimes
Yeah.
you package it sexy.
Like, this is, I think, the best possible way to sell what Stellar is selling, right? Or at least this Stellar.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought the video was really good because it's Digipetty. I think the song is... I like the backing track of this song way, way more than the
The
actual
actual
song.
vocals. Yeah.
Like, there are parts in this song that I just don't
Just
enjoy.
were not-
I
yeah.
just don't like.
Yeah, there was kind of like a talk rapping part of it that you didn't really enjoy, right?
It's also this type of chorus I'm just not a fan of. It's... Because the chorus is... So I can remember the chorus, right? It's
Yeah.
like dun 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 dun, dun right, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I am not. And this sounds dumb, and I understand it may not come out
Uh-oh.
how I'm thinking. Okay, I want to warn you, but like, I think the best choruses are when I am singing the song and I'm not just humming the backing track. For example,
I get what you mean.
like the
I get
Dean song,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm actually like I'm trying to say the words coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, because either the singing is really good or the syncopation is really good or whatever. I don't. But like this song and like it's like past 9muses song or some other songs that like their choruses are just like
The backing track is better
the
than
backing
the actual.
tracks that's the greatness of the song. I don't know.
I kind of agree with you on that because although I do think the vocals add some sort of catchiness to it, I think the majority of what really hooks me is the backing track.
Yeah. And I'm also a bigger fan of a backing track that I can sing, not just hum.
Yeah.
Like when I mean sing, I mean like sing. Like when it's chorus time, I don't want to be like da 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 da. Like that's not the
Yeah.
chorus I want to sing,
Yeah.
right? I want to sing. I want to be like the
Yeah.
da, 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 da.
Like that's a huge part of K-pop that I think a lot of people can relate with, is that when a chorus kind of has something that you can mimic or copy, it makes you enjoy the song a little bit more. Like for me, as an example, I tend to enjoy songs more than where I feel like I can sing them. Right? Like, oh man, this is a really good Noraebang song, or I feel like I catch myself singing this, and that will make me legitimately enjoy the song more.
Yeah, no.
But it's hard to do that when the majority of the catchiness is part of the backing track and you're not really singing it, right?
It's also harder nowadays because in the past, in the old Wonder Girls,
Yeah.
original Girl Generation, like that. Like the chorus was easy to sing,
Yeah.
easy for a non-Korean
So
speaker
mimicable, yeah.
to sing. Right? It's either in English, right? I've said on the podcast multiple times that like when the chorus is in English, I get
gets
into
you.
the song way more
got you.
because I can sing it, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I nowadays they've become much more Korean-y.
Yeah.
So it's harder for me, which is why a lot of times I like Brave Sound songs because
A lot of times it's
a
just
lot of times
doo-doo-doos.
it's doobie doos or really easy to sing
Yeah.
choruses.
Yeah. And like I think that's why Brave Sound is hated by a lot of people, but it's also enjoyed by a lot of people because Brave Sound, their choruses are basically the backing track.
Yeah.
Like basically doo-doo-doos or like kind of like
But it's weird to me. Like I think it sounds like well then why do I not like this Stellar song, but I like Brave Sound songs?
it's because it has both.
But
Not just one as the thing. I think that's why.
maybe that's why. I mean that's why I said like it may not make perfect sense, and I don't know how
It
to
makes sense to me.
enunciate it
Yeah.
super well.
Yeah.
But I also think there are like I'm specifically thinking of this song, the Stellar song, and the last 9muses song. What was that song called? It was the one where they're like on shipping containers.
No, are you talking about
Her Locker. I'm talking about Her Locker.
Okay.
It's when it's like kind of building a little bit and building up a little bit, but the chorus is
Kinda
not.
drops out.
It kind of drops, and it's like, it's not a bell. I don't know. I don't know
It's
the
not
word
a
to describe
climax.
it.
It's not a
It's not a
climax.
climax. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
doesn't-
It's not the climax of the song. Like
Yeah.
in almost all the songs that I picked, the chorus is the climax, right? The
it's like-
legend, Cross Gene, right? These are
Yeah.
the chorus is the climax. That should be on a fucking t-shirt.
Like the chorus is like the entree. It's the main meal, right?
Yeah.
Like with Hurt Locker and this song, like it's like saying the appetizer is the best part of the meal.
But like other people like it, right?
Yeah.
But for me, like I need a very specific type, I think, of type of chorus,
Mm-hmm.
right? What I guess from now on we're gonna call the climax. The chorus is the climax type of chorus, because like this song just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have it for me.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's a lot on Stellar.
I mean, let's move on then.
Okay.
Our next song is by our friends. No, not our friends. Is by Gfriend with Rough.
다가서지 못하고 헤매고 있어 좋아하지만 다른 곳을 보고 있어 가까워지려고 하면 할수록 멀어져가는 우리들의 마음처럼 만나지 못해 맴돌고 있어 우린 마치 평행선처럼 말도 안돼 우린 반드시 만날 거야 기다릴게 언제까지나 미처 말하지 못했어 다만 너를 좋아했어 어린 날의 꿈처럼 마치 기적처럼 시간이 달려서 어른이 될 수만 있다면 거친 세상 속에서 손을 잡아줄게 다가서려 해봐도
Now, Rough is an interesting choice for title, but Glass Beat is also more interesting. And Me Gustas 2 is just as interesting.
It's true.
So,
But they do actually say Me Gustas too.
yeah.
They don't say glass speed, right? They say the Korean. Do they say glass speed? No, they don't. I don't think they say
I can remember, but Gfriend is back at it again.
Back again.
So I am actually a really big fan of this song. Not as much as like Me Gustas 2 or like Glass Bead, but the reason why I like this song is because Gfriend is sticking to a certain style that's like I think working for them. Like Gfriend came out decent with a good, kind of initial song like Glass Bead, and I was like, oh, Gfriend, pretty good.
They doubling down.
Yeah,
They definitely
and
doubling
then
down.
no tripling down now.
Okay, well,
right?
yeah.
And Me Gustas 2 was of that same kind of flavor. It was very Gfriend style,
Hmm.
and that song was like kind of not great when I first heard it, but it
Yeah,
was
I
so
liked Gfriend.
catchy.
I think you have
So
since
catchy.
we've talked about this before, right? But you have
So
since
catchy.
jumped onto the QC bandwagon,
Yeah,
because I think you were initially kind of afraid.
I was like,
You were like a kind of afraid of the Lovelies, right? Kind of afraid of the Gfriends, but now you back in it.
now I
Alright,
got
back
sucked
you in
in.
it. You
I
got-
got sucked
you
in
got it.
because it's so catchy. It's just so catchy, and this song
And it reminds us, right, of like a simpler
of a simpler time. Yeah. So this song reminds me of very classic K-pop from when we started listening to K-pop.
Yeah.
Although it's not like the best song I've heard, I think it's a very solid song and it's very Gfriend-esque. And if you like Gfriend's style of song, you'll definitely like this song.
Yes, but I mainly agree. I don't like it as much as you.
Probably not.
Like I actually, originally I said I might download 11 of the
Yeah.
12 songs. I don't think I want to download this song. Because like
It's just not enough catchiness.
I would just rather listen to Me Gustas 2 or Glass Beat again.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I think, our calling card. Like, we tend to compare songs a lot. Like, we'll say
Well,
like
that's how
this.
that's how you
yeah.
like anything.
Yeah, like we'll say this song is like this song, or this song is like this song, or we'll compare, we'll compare songs of the same artist. And if there's a better song of like the two, we're gonna listen to that song and just kind of throw away the other.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't think I would throw away this song. I think it's very Gfriend-esque, but I think it's different enough.
I mean, maybe I need to listen to it more because you've listened to this song way more than me.
I have, but I think that is just purely opinion on my part.
I mean, that's all this is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I need to listen to it again. Like, I definitely would not have picked this song ever.
As a favorite song of the week.
Yeah, like in my section.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like if you didn't pick this song, I don't think I
probably
would
wouldn't have talked about it.
I wouldn't have talked about it. Just because I think, you know, while it's a good thing, or at least for you, it's a good. You know, they're not trying anything new, right?
Yeah.
They're trying absolutely nothing new, right?
They're sticking to what they know.
They're sticking to what they know, right? Which, you know, sometimes you're in two camps, right?
Yeah.
Either you're in the camp of like, you want them to try something new,
Yeah.
or like, okay, never mind. I think there are three camps. Okay.
Okay.
Camp number one, you do the same thing. You got a hit, you do the same thing.
Yep.
Right. That's this camp.
Yeah. Number two.
Number two is you go in a different direction. You're trying something new.
Okay.
Okay.
Number three.
Number three is you gradually try something new. Okay. And I think I think the EXID songs, the last three, are very similar songs, but they are different.
They're gradually
they're,
trying to try
they're
something.
gradually
They're not their camp?
yeah, because like Oh Yeah was really similar to Up and Down.
Yeah.
But with Pink Hot, it is similar, but they're veering a little bit, you know, to shit town, to crappy town, to crappy song town, or at least what
Some
we
people
think.
some people like.
Some people
disagree.
like some people like this song, but like I think they're kind of taking certain aspects of Up and Down and they're trying to play with it more. But like I think this Rough song is like they're not even trying. They're like, you like that? We're gonna give you that again. But I really don't think they for once was like we're even gonna change the formula at all. And you like that, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's like when it's like that, it's like, well, I might as well just listen to the original ones that I've grown to love.
I think it's for me it depends on the group. Like if it's Big Bang and they are known for like this certain style, like years and years and years and years and years and years and years, I want them to try something new, right?
But see, I don't think I can name two Big Bang songs that are as similar as
These three.
Rough Magustas 2 and
Glass
In
Beat.
Glass Beat. I can't think of that many. Like even AOA with three Brave Sound songs, I think those three songs are more different.
Than these three.
Like Short Hair, Short Hair Like a Cat, and
Miniskirt.
Like I think those three songs, while they're all Brave Sound songs, they are very similar. Those are more different than
these three.
than Rough Magustas 2 Glass Beat.
I can see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Either way, I still think they fucking work their asses off with the choreography. Right?
Oh,
We didn't talk
yeah.
about the choreography.
Yeah.
But like one of the things that I love about Gfriend, we love about Gfriend, is that they put in some fucking work with their
Yeah,
choreo.
they definitely got that rookie energy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we watched like a live performance and like they were trying, or at least some of them were like trying to sing live during this choreo. And I was like, it didn't sound the greatest, but they really tried and like, like they're completely out of breath by the end of their thing. It's crazy how much they move and shake and do all their, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. It's so difficult to sing, actually, when you're moving.
Yeah.
More so than a lot of people realize. And they were really just moving.
Yeah. I really think a lot of people, you know, unless you're a hardcore Gfriend fan and you're watching all the Gfriend, you know, performances, right?
Yeah.
Like just go to any girl group's like dance practice video and compare it to them. Like
the moves aren't necessarily more technically advanced.
Right.
They're just doing more things.
Yeah. Like it may not be the most efficient use of their energy, right? But like they're always moving, going back and forth,
Like
and
jumping
then
here and there, like kind of changing positions. And
yeah. And we're not saying that that's necessarily better, not than like, you know, AOA, right? But like you can look how much they move in an AOA song and how much they move during a Gfriend song, and it's like absolutely miles different.
Yeah, like when I watch a Gfriend kind of performance or music video, I just look at them and I'm like, man, that's tiring. Every time I look at them, like every song that they've had and the choreography, I look at them like, man, that's tiring.
Yeah.
And that's like the same kind of feeling that I had when I first watched Girls' Generation's debut song, Into the New World. I was like, man, that's tiring choreography. And I kind of had that feeling for all three of the songs. And maybe that's why I kind of have a soft spot for Gfriend, because they kind of remind me a little bit of Girls' Generation early on.
I mean, I don't think a little bit. I think it's very blatantly obvious that it reminds everybody of it.
One of them looks like Jessica. Anyway.
No! She's not in there
anymore. Don't remind me.
All right, last song. Let's do this.
So our last song that I want to talk about is Dean, Crush, and Jeff Bernat with What to Do.
하루가 지나도 울리지 않는 폰 이젠 이런 기다림이 더 익숙해진 걸 모래시계처럼 쌓이는 한순간 반대로 너에 대한 내 기대 서서히 줄어들어 믿었었어 바빴다면서 어색한 핑계 늘어놓는 널 봐도 내심 알았는지도 그저 네가 변했다는 사실을 믿기 싫었을 뿐 Your love is just a memory Baby, it's your last time to give me your best Trying to give your heart to me
This song, going back to R&B.
R&B. Start with R&B.
Finish with R&B. And it is very chill. So chill. Dean and Crush kind of have like a similar vocal style, but I can tell when Crush is singing. And if it's not Crush, then it's Dean, right?
Yeah.
Like I haven't heard enough of Dean to recognize his voice right away.
Yeah.
But the way I recognize Dean is like, oh, that's not Crush.
You're not Crush.
And that's not Jeff Bernat, so it must be Dean. And Jeff Bernat is a kind of a YouTube artist, but he is super popular in Korea. His first album I hear all the time in like cafes, and
He makes
like
great coffee shop type songs.
It's very his style is very chill R&B, and the fact that they pulled him on for this song, I was like, perfect.
Pretty cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's right down his alley.
He sings the chorus.
Yeah.
Very like, I think I describe it as very cloudy. It's very like light. It's
very
like
airy,
a very airy light
yeah.
chorus.
Yeah.
And Dean gets.
It's kind of like a
Dean
whisper
goes
in your ear. Like,
yeah. And actually, I don't think I ever really like it really registered to me like what Crush's voice was until after hearing whatever the fuck his song is called. Don't forget. Now after I've heard Don't Forget, now I'm like, oh, that's Crush. Mm-hmm. Why aren't you singing Don't Forget? Why aren't you singing Don't Forget?
So this is the song that Steven's talking about. Like every time he hears it, he just thinks like Don't Forget.
I like sing in my head, but that also kind of clarifies like why I think the Don't Forget is a much better song than this one, because it has that part. It has that repeating melody that I can sing and I can emulate. And this song, while he sings great, Dean sings great, Jeff Bernat whispers great, like
whispers great.
It doesn't have a catchiness to this song.
I see where you're coming from.
Right.
So for me, instead of like one song over the other, I feel like they're almost two versions of like the same song. Like Crush's song of Taeyeon, I really like because it has Taeyeon in it, and that kind of breaks the mold. But Dean, Crush, and Jeff Bernat, I feel like the three voices go together so well. And that's why I like this song, because I feel like the layering in the song is, and the harmony and kind of the way they arrange the song is what really sells it for me. And that might not carry over later on, but right now I'm really, really enjoying it.
Okay. And we different people, right? Like, I never really liked Crush's songs that much, right? Like, his past songs.
And I really like Crush's songs,
But all of a sudden, he sings this very specific melody in that very specific way, you know, yeah, or man, or whatever the fuck.
And
it's that M sound.
It's got it.
And it really, I'm in there. And then Taeyeon comes in and does it a little bit too. And I'm like, why aren't you in more of the song, Chingu?
Yeah, but that's not.
But she's not. Anyway, so that is it for episode 84.
Yeah.
The angriest episode you'll ever hear.
Not true. I think we've had some angry ones.
Not angry with each other. Maybe angry at
I don't know.
nameless internet people. But it's also the most R&B, I think, episode we've ever done.
Yeah. Super happy in my point.
Yeah. But I really do think, you know, maybe we should have mentioned that in the 2016, like, look forward. Like, I think this is the year it's going to be the year of R&B. Like, already last year we were slowly transitioning. Like, a lot of the bigger groups are getting into that R&B kind of stinking, right? But, like, I don't know. Like, right now, like, I really think,
this is
hold me to this. Like, if you're listening to our podcast, okay, and we do a top 10 of 2016 in 11 months, okay, I think 2 of the songs from this episode is going to be on there, at least 2.
Maybe, yeah. If we don't listen to them to death. And even so, they might just make an appearance.
But right now, like, you know, sometimes we like songs.
Yeah.
And sometimes we say that this is the best song of the week, right? Yeah. But then there are some songs that are so good that we don't have the words to express it as well as level. Like. Yeah. I think the 4 songs we talked about, right? The Zico, Mamamoo, Bumkey, Crush in part 1. Like, I think
those. I want
to say all 4 of them will be on that list, but I don't think so. If I was a gambling man, I'd say 3. But as a safe man, I'm gonna say 2. But
they're good, man. They're really good.
Good song. So shout if you remember this in 11 months, because we sure won't.
No.
And you want to call us out and be like, hey, remember in episode 84 when you guys said that, and then you guys didn't pick any of these songs? Shame on you. Tell us, okay? Tell us in 11 months.
Never gain weight.
Only gain weight. It's only gained weight. And that was a great song. Also a song I cheated on because that song did not have a music video. All right? And so I might be like, I love Mamamoo, I love Bumkey, and you're going to be like, what?
Does it have a music video, bro?
What song? What songs are those? But yeah, so that'll be it for episode 84. Stay tuned next week for the after show. I think we're going to discuss some news, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it might be a little bit old, but I think it's very, very
topical, interesting.
It's very. Yeah, what's the word?
Controversial?
It incites a lot of conversation.
Angry conversation.
Maybe.
Yeah, and in 2 weeks, of course, we'll be back with episode 85. Hopefully another great episode just like this one. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Welcome to the after show for episode 84. If this is your first time tuning in, this is not the main episode. This is the devil's advocate of the main episode, where we talk about random topics of interest.
Why you gotta say that?
You know why.